Back in 1986, you can imagine telling somebody they can put on glasses with flashing lights and it's going to help their brain. They would really laugh at me. So we didn't have any science to prove it, right? So, but my dad was a meditation instructor, and he used a sound which is called the Silva sound. So I just want to tell you, when you play that music in the background, your body started to be trained without you doing anything. So what we're talking about here is a science that they call frequency following response that is now showing up in every area of your life. I'm going to show you something. You don't have to believe what I'm saying. He said it's based in science now. I tell people in America, you don't have to believe me because beliefs are for Sunday morning. This is science I'm going to teach you about. It's not about your beliefs. You don't have to believe any of this, and your body will still get the benefits of what I'm talking about. Because your body learns without you. When you were born, you learned a whole language. You learned how to think, act, and respond. You didn't go to school to learn a language. How many people here know more than one language? Right? So your brain has a circuit that didn't shut off at 7 years old. Those of you that only speak one language, your brain shut off that circuit because the brain doesn't like to use up extra energy. It really conserves a lot of energy. So when we're talking about making changes in people's lives and handling the stress we have in our life, the problem we have is an energy problem. It's not a brain problem. When somebody says we have a mental health problem, you probably heard that here in India, we hear it all the time in America. We have a mental health problem because we have a sedentary problem. 20 minutes of setting, I'm sorry you're going to accept for this lecture, I'll try to get up these for all these things. But when your body's setting, 20 minutes of setting is equivalent to the same health detriment as smoking a cigarette. Our bodies are designed to move and breathe. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, what we found in our science. I started out with a company called Light and Sound Research. Back then, I was a young man, I was 24 years old, and I didn't have the money to buy the equipment, so I went to work for them. I love the equipment, I wanted to learn it. I just had to be the last one standing, so I have all the technology here. So as we talk here today, I just want to go over it. So I want to talk something about brain rewiring. Because as we age, our brain is rewiring all the time. One thing I like about neuroscience is, if I get one new thought in your brain today, just one new thought, your whole brain has to rewire around that new thought. So my job every morning when I get up, and I'm only 63 years young, every morning when I get up, I'm looking for one new thought. Because I want my brain to consistently start rewiring itself. Because if I can train my brain to rewire around new ideas and concepts, I don't grow old. We don't grow old because we age. We grow old because we don't adapt, improvise, and change with the times. There's no age to what our body can do. I love what Girl Husband and said, "How old are you?" He said, "You're asking the age of my house. I am infinite. My body might have an age, but you are infinite. You're the spark that happened the moment that sperm and egg got together, the moment that little piece of light ignited, you became you. Guess what? When you die, science now tells us we lose 3/4 of an ounce. What's that 3/4 of an ounce we lose? That's you. So what we're talking about today is your biological system, not you. This is your interface with this conscious everyday reality. If we damage it, we have a problem. So we have to nurture it. We have to work with it. We have to really work with our body. You have to make friends with your body. Your body's not against you. Your body's been doing the best that it can, but you're doing the best that you can. If you don't treat your body well, guess what? You can't say it doesn't work well for you. You can't say it lets you down. Every day we need to do something. So when we're talking today, we're not just talking about selling BrainTap or getting you to meditate. We're talking about something called brain fitness. How many people in here have ever exercised your muscles? Right? We know we need to exercise our muscles because if we don't, they atrophy. Our brain is the same thing. So today as we're talking about exercising our brain, that's why we call it brain fitness. So when we talk about brain rewiring, the next thing is the role of neurogenesis. As we age, something happens to us. And we're talking about, as we age, it's called. So as we talk about this neurogenesis and why we need recovery is, as we age, our brain literally rewires. When you were born, you were actually wired up. We don't learn by connecting our brain. We learn by unwiring our brain. That's why we always have to do things that adapt, improvise, and stress our brain. When my wife, Cynthia here, go ahead and stand up so you can see. When I stress her out, because even though my job is BrainTap, she'll tell you that I can stress her out because when I see something I want to have it happen, I think it's already done. And then of course my whole team has to come along and do it. Just because I have an idea. But I have to tell them all the time, I'm helping you to build neurogenesis. Because if you don't have that stress, your brain doesn't rewire, it doesn't keep growing and improving. Don't look at stress as a problem. They did an experiment once with mice, and they gave these mice everything. The mice didn't have to move. They could eat, drink, think. They even provided sex to these mice. They didn't have to do anything. They could just lay there. Those mice didn't live even 2/3 of the time the mice that had the stress. So if you keep begging to have no stress, what you're saying is you want to unwire and die. Neurogenesis happens because our brain adapts. When something happens in our life, it says, wow, what's happening to me? Just like your muscles, if you lift weights, your muscles go, dang, you're lifting weights on Monday, you lift weights on Wednesday, they're going to lift weights on Friday. Pretty soon says, we better get stronger because they keep lifting these weights. But if you don't, guess what? The body keeps atrophying. The same thing is with the brain. So we need neurogenesis. What BrainTap does, when we're going to talk about it, is we are going to stress the brain, but it has to be a fun stress. What Dr. Christian was talking about, eustress. When we talk about eustress, that's the good stress. Like, you know, when Herschel here just got married, I didn't get a chance to go to his wedding, but he sent me the pictures. You guys have some pretty incredible weddings. I thought my daughter's wedding cost a lot of money, but I hate getting that bill. You know, every day a new outfit, every day a new party, you know, that's pretty stressful, right? But it's fun stress, hopefully. And you get to look back at those memories and it becomes an enjoyable time in your life. That is you. I've written 10 books. My one book is called Awaken the Genius. And in there I say, I was blessed to be the son of an alcoholic. And people go, why did you say you were blessed to be the son of an alcoholic? Because that serves me. If I say, poor me, my dad was an alcoholic, I'm an alcoholic, please feel sorry for me. Who does that serve? It doesn't serve anybody. Whatever problem you're having in your life, I want you to think about it today, from this day forward. You're being trained for a superpower. You don't know what that superpower is right now, but that's what life's providing you. Life's providing you inherent in every problem situation is an inherent gift for you to develop so that you can either help yourself or help other people. We're not here just for ourselves. In fact, right here in Hyderabad, there's a yogi, his name is Daji. They have a thing called a heart health meditation. Have you ever heard of it? Where they meditate, they visualize energy coming from the heart. And they asked Dr. Sharma and I, he was head of physiology at Ames Institute, to go there and measure the brains of people doing this meditation. Because they were convinced that the person sitting, getting the meditation, like there were 4 people around them, we put them all with gear on their head, and we measured their heart rate, and they're visualizing this energy going to this person. They thought the person being prayed for, or being generated this energy was going to have the most energy.